Wagwan Cronies. It is your Electra Breezy. Like, it's getting old, right? I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely not dropping that. It's Electra Breezy here. You already know the vibes. Okay, that can work going out. I don't know how to start these videos no more. Like, I feel like Wagwan Cronies. It is your Electra Breezy. I don't know, but like, it's a little like, you know, like I'm kind of over it. But I don't know. I'm just gonna keep recording videos and see what kind of intro I like. But anyways, it's your girl Electra Breezy and okay, maybe it's not getting old. And as you can see by the story time, what? As you can see by the title, this is gonna be a story time about how I ran away from home. Oops. Anyways, yeah, that's a little weird. After I posted the life update, I'm like, you know, like this should be told. Like, this would be a good, you know, because people have been wondering, and yeah, I don't gotta wonder anymore. But before I get into the video, I'm gonna hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, wherever it is down there, before I can continue. So, I'm waiting. There we go. Okay. So, boom. Yes, I'm just gonna hop right into the story time because I don't want it to be too long. But anyway, so as most people, or as my friends, or whatever, like all four of them know, I used to live in a very, very toxic, unsupportive, unloving household. Yeah, don't mind the lace. I ain't glue this one today. It was a very toxic environment. It wasn't good for my mental health, my physical health, especially not my physical health, because my coping mechanism was binge eating. I'm not supposed to be this big. I swear I'm supposed to be skinny, but hey. Not that there's anything wrong with being big. It's just like, I used to be like a size 00 in jeans, and now it's like 17 million times that. But anyway, I'm grateful for my body, but that's all that matters. It was a very toxic household. It was very emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. And I wouldn't say physically abusive, but you know, whatever, just your regular African household, I guess. And it was just so crazy because I was like brainwashed into thinking that that place was the safest place for me to be. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, because no, I felt more loved and more human in my new environment in these past like 2 months or however long I've been here than I have been in my whole like other 19 years of living in the other house. It's just crazy. Where should I start? Yeah, and honestly, like, changing your environment, it really makes a huge difference, because in that household, I was always so tired. I was so unmotivated. Like, even if I did feel motivated, like, it wasn't enough to get me to complete anything. And like, that's why I was like so like inconsistent on YouTube and stuff, and like my music, and just all over the place, because that's what happens when you're not in a good environment or in a good mental state. And you know, it's just crazy because I used to think that my mental was a-okay. I used to think I was fine. I wasn't. That's kind of like a short summary. It was like a whole Cinderella story. Like, I just felt like, I'm not gonna say slave, because I was kind of rebellious, like, do this. Like, I'll do it when I feel like it, you know? But it took a lot to get to that stage. But anyways, yeah, it was just not a very, it was not a good environment, like, whatsoever, like, at all, right? And it took me a huge change to realize that. Like, I didn't realize how poisonous the environment was until I left it, and that is just so crazy. What's that saying? You don't know the light until you've been in the dark or something. I don't know how it goes, but something like that, and it's very mother effing true. So boom, it all started with me and my best friend trying something. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's mother effing YouTube. I know I got some kids watching, whatever, and I'm not trying to influence nobody or like promote anything to anybody else, but all I'm gonna say is me and my best friend tried something, and it really made us like connect, like on a deeper level. Like it was just so like, it like even though we're best friends and like we already have the automatic connection, like it was just so much deeper, and the conversations were deeper, and it got to the point on the come down. It got to the point where I was like really thinking and like really like evaluating my entire life, my environments, the people who are in my environment, and how it was treated, and my feelings that had been bottled up. And so after she left or whatever, like we were on FaceTime talking, whatever, and then I just kept talking and talking and talking, and like I was just like going so deep into my past, into like my childhood. Yo, childhood trauma is real. So real. I was just really diving really deep into the depths of my past and how it made me feel and how it affects me today and stuff. And like, I was just really telling her all these things that I've had bottled up. And I'm a pretty open person. Well, I was more of an open person before. Now I kind of like my secrecy. I like nobody knowing what I'm doing, nobody knowing where I am. Like, I don't even think anybody knows where I live besides people who are told. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it was a very, very emotional night. And honestly, that needed to happen. I know that whatever I took, it's not going to be looked at in like the best light for the rest of society or whatever it is, but it really helped me so much. I'm not saying go do what I did, even though I'm not telling you what I did, but all I'm saying it was definitely a part of my journey. It was definitely a part of my path, because if I didn't take it, we would have never had the conversation. I would have never dived deep. I would have never opened up my feelings and my emotions and told her all these things that I always kept to myself. I didn't even want to admit to myself. I wouldn't even think these things. Like, these are just all suppressed emotions, suppressed memories that I just didn't ever want to look at, like, ever. And that night, they just all came out. Like, they just all came out. And I kept going, and I was just telling her everything. Like, everything I felt from, like, since I was a kid, like, relationships, whatever, like, it was getting deep. And I was, like, bawling my eyes out or whatever, because I really had to sit back and take in that I was being treated very unfairly. This is not how a human on this earthly plane should be treated, and I was getting treated as such. And it was like just so many like lies and disrespect and like just all these things, but whatever. And when I finished like saying everything I had to say, I was like, no, I have to leave. Like, I have to go. Like, I have to leave, like, right now. And mind you, it was like 4 a.m. at this time. I'm like, I gotta go, like, right motherfucking now. Like, I cannot be here. I cannot continue getting treated like this, because this is insanity. And this is why I have so many motherfucking problems I have to deal with. Frig. Anyways, but yes. And conveniently, my best friend was going to go to her cottage with her family or whatever the next day, because it was a Friday that we did it, or Thursday. And the next day was, I'm pretty sure it was a Thursday. And then the Friday, Saturday, Sunday was her plan to stay at the cottage. And she was like, yo, like, because honestly, I didn't think I was, like, I wanted to go to the cottage, but then a responsibility was placed on me. So I thought if I flopped on it, then I would get in trouble, and I didn't want to get in trouble. So I flopped on that. I'm like, bring me to the cottage. I need to get away from this place ASAP. No mother effing Rocky. Like, right mother effing now. So, whatever. She came over in the morning and told me whatever. She's a real one. And like, yeah, we're just talking about it, whatever. And like, I was just continuously, like, I feel like all the 19 years of me suppressing every emotion that I wasn't allowed to let out, or like it wasn't like accepted or whatever, like it just all came to the surface. And yeah, like I had to face it. And yeah, we were just talking, and I'm like, you know what? F that mother effing responsibility. I'm gonna go to the mother effing cottage with you, because I cannot spend another day in this environment. Like, I can't. So me and my best friend went to the cottage for the weekend. I literally, like, fam, I decided that I was gonna go to the cottage at like 10 a.m. on the Friday. I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday, but we didn't stay. It had to be a Friday. But yeah, on the Friday. And my best friend was gonna go there at like 2 p.m. And I made that decision quick. I went home. I just started packing my bags, whatever. Zipped it up over my shoulder. I was out of there. We got to the cottage, yada, yada, yada. And when I, everything was just supposed to happen that way. Like, it was just supposed to happen that way. The way that everything lined up, like, of course, like, on that day, that was the day that I chose to do what I did. And of course, the next day is when I realized I don't want to be here no more. And of course, that's the same day my best friend's gonna go on my cottage. Like, and you know, like, I didn't think I was gonna go, but I still told them, like, yo, like, call your cousins or whatever, see if there's like a bed for me, yada, yada, yada. And then she was like, yeah, I'll do that, whatever. And she did, but like, I just wasn't supposed, like, I didn't think I was gonna go because of the responsibility that I had to do. But like, everything just, bro, everything just lined up for me. Even things that were happening a few months like prior, like the angels were just working like, yeah, like everything just happened the way it was supposed to happen. Everything just lined up perfectly for me, and I'm grateful for that. But anyways, so we went to the cottage or whatever, and it was very good. It was very serene. It was very relaxing. It was exactly what I needed at that time. Like the lake, oh my gosh, it was so fun. We went on the lake, we went on the boat, we were chilling, we had a campfire, barbecue, like it was so, like my best friend's family is so lit. And that cottage was so nice. I hope they know, like I'm coming back again next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Anyways, that was exactly what I needed. Put me in a really like meditative state, calm, whatever, but I just had so much anxiety because, well, not so much, like I try not to think about what was upsetting me because it was really upsetting me. Like I cried so much that weekend or whatever, and I'm not a crier. I mean, I wasn't a crier, but everybody cries, it's okay. We're human for now. But yeah, yo, like when I offed it, I texted my mom. We left at like 2 p.m. and we got there like 3 or 4 or something. I don't know, but it didn't take too long to get there. And I didn't message my mom until like later. Like I think it was like 8 p.m. I was like, I with my BFF with her family at a cottage. I'm safe. I'll be back on Sunday. Boom. And I blocked her number from her phone and from my phone because I wasn't able with it. Oh, I didn't even have service. And there was just, like, there's just a reason for everything. Everything happens for a reason. And not that I didn't have service. I paid my phone bill, but, like, I didn't have service all the way over there. And my phone, I had to use this one because my 11 Pro broke. And that's another reason why it took so long on YouTube. And this phone, when you put a SIM card in it, I don't know, it gets weird. But regardless, I wasn't supposed to be in technology that weekend. I was supposed to be in my thoughts and yada, yada, yada. We spent the weekend there, met some amazing people, had some good conversations. It was a very good experience, and I'm going back again. I hope she knows it. I made up my mind on that Friday. The Friday that we went, like the nighttime, I was like, I'm leaving. Like, I didn't think I told my best friend that was my final decision at that time, but that day that I got to the cottage, I'm like, you know, like, I'm actually leaving, like, I'm actually cutting, like it's actually serious. Like, I'm not staying another day in that household, period. And everything just lined up, so I feel like I'm gonna have to make a separate video on my Electra's Tarot 888 account, because literally, like, the way that everything lines up is so crazy, but I'm gonna make that a separate video because that's just a lot. But anyways, so I spent the weekend there, whatever, and then on Sunday in the afternoon we come back, and I didn't go home. I went to my BFF's house, and I wasn't trying to go home because, listen, if you live in an African household and you want to go on an overnight trip for 3 days, you don't give them the same day notice, okay? At least 72 hours prior. And the fact that I just got up and took my bags and I left, and then I texted her and I blocked her number, like, I didn't know what she was gonna say, I didn't know what she was gonna do, I didn't know what was gonna happen to me, and I was just trying to avoid it at all costs because I didn't want that confrontation. So we got home at we got to her house at like, I don't know, like not even that late, like 4:03 or something. And I was supposed to be home so long ago, but I stayed there like the whole day basically. And then I didn't go back to my area until like maybe like 9 p.m. or something. I'm not too sure, but even still, like when I went back to my area, I was just chilling with my, so sorry about that. Low storage. After I came home, I was just chilling with my soul sister, whatever. And now I was explaining the situation. I'm like, yo, like I need to leave right now, mother effing right now. And they said I wouldn't save this hair. But yeah, I need to leave where I'm mother effing now. But like, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this to my mom. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know like how, like, I don't know how she's gonna react. I just don't know, and I don't like not knowing. And like, the task was to express my emotions that I've been suppressing for my whole life, and say it to a woman that gave birth to me, and explain why I'm running the F away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the look of fear. And that was frightening. And that was frightening AF. Because, listen, You're telling me I used to suppress my emotions, all of them, every single one of them. Now you're telling me that I have to go explain to this woman. I have to explain and express how I've been feeling? If anyone knows me personally, like they know me and expressing emotions, it's never a thing. It was never a thing. Like now it's a super thing, but before, never a thing. And that just gave me so much anxiety. So much anxiety. So much anxiety. So much. A little bit too much. Because I didn't know what I didn't know. And that's just so much. But anyway, so I was like, yo, honestly, I don't even want to be there, but in the shower, whatever. So I went upstairs to my old crib now. I took a shower, whatever, and I was just in bed just thinking about like everything and like how the next day was gonna go, because the next, like, I made up my mind that I had to leave and I wasn't gonna look back, period. That was such a Sagittarius thing of me to do. Like, that was such a Sagittarius thing of me to do. Like, fam, I make up my mind to move on Friday and then I move on Monday. And the only reason why I didn't leave on Friday was because I was at the cottage. I also would have left on Friday too. Like, that was just so motherfucking spontaneous, so random. Like, whatever. I'm just in bed thinking about everything, having anxiety, whatever. I didn't want to be in that house. I didn't want to be in the house for a second longer. So I went back down to my soul sister's house or whatever, and I slept over there, whatever. And I was just thinking, like, how am I supposed to tell this woman that I don't want to live here anymore? And it was just gnawing the back of my head for the whole time that I didn't say anything. I just want someone to effing get up and leave and not look back and not say anything and not explain anything. But like, hello, like, so somebody gave birth to me, and like, if I want to effing leave, like, I have to like say something, right? But anyway, so I decided that it would just be much easier to write a letter, because if I'm just talking, I'm not gonna be heard, and that's gonna be a whole thing. It's just gonna be a waste of time. So I wrote a letter, and I was just gonna read it, because I'm like, how hard is it gonna be to read a letter? You know what I mean? I didn't want to go home, so I didn't. So instead, me and my guy best friend went to Canadian Tire to get some storage boxes for my stuff. And it was so crazy, because the weeks leading up to it, it was like I was detoxing my room slowly. Like, I was taking out garbage, taking out clutter, throwing out things I didn't need anymore, whatever. And it was like, so when the day came that I wanted to leave, like, I didn't have to do much. Like, all I had to do was put the stuff in the boxes, because like, it was like I was already ready to move, you know what I mean? I packed my stuff, and every time I went back into my house, it was like just a few minutes after my mom would leave, and every time my mom would come, it was like a few minutes before I left. And it was so weird. Like, we just kept missing each other, like, by a few minutes. It was so weird. And then, but I wasn't complaining, because I did not want to talk to her. I didn't want to explain the running away and like the cottage. It was just too much. Mother effing, after I packed my storage boxes and stuff, I hid them in the laundry bin, because I didn't know what time she was gonna come home, and I didn't want her to see all the storage boxes and figure out what's happening. So the effing, I put it in the laundry bin, and then me and my best friend were chilling, whatever, and we're chilling in the lobby. But why does my mom walking down the sidewalk? And it's like, you're whipping it. I've never seen you walk it like this, like on a sidewalk like this, like, ever. And then this one day, like, I'm trying to avoid you, you're effing walking, and you see me. It was so weird. So I dashed to the back of the building. Me and my best friend, we dashed to the back of the building, whatever. Like, the universe is just, you can't avoid anything. You can't avoid anything. Because it will always come back. Always come back. Because even when we went to go hide behind the building, we were waiting for Uber Eats order, and I told them, like, yo, go to the front, because I don't want to see nobody, I know, whatever. And as soon as she goes to the front to go pick up my food, I see my mom's car come out and drive. I was like, yo, what the heck? Like, of course. This is just the universe telling me I can't avoid it. And even the night before, like, or a few nights before that or whatever, like, I had a dream that everywhere I went, I was trying to avoid like this monster, like suspect or creature or whatever, but like, it was like a human with like a dark figure, and like everywhere I went, it just kept like finding me. It was so weird. And then the next day, or like 3 days later or whatever, like, this is happening with my mom. It was crazy. But when the clock was ticking, like, later, I'm like, okay. So me and my friend, we got 2 people to help me drive my stuff from that place to this place. And before I left, I had some courage. I was like, okay, like, I'm literally about to leave. All I have to do is read it, dash. Because that's it. Like, ooh, ow. And read it and dash. Like, that's it. Like, that's so simple, right? cause that's it. Like, I read it and like I leave. Like, that's like it, right? But she wasn't coming home, and it was just so absurd to me that she wasn't home yet, because it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the time that the stuff was in the cars and stuff. But like, this woman's supposed to be home by like 5 or 6 o'clock. So where the F are you? And I was trying to like kind of stall so I can like wait and like cross paths with her again so I could read her the letter. But like, this girl wasn't coming home. I'm not gonna waste any more time. So I left. I left. My mom left in the morning with all my stuff in the room, and she came back and everything was gone. The only things that were there was like my bed and like my dresser and like my mirror and stuff. So I got here and like I felt free. Felt like this was just like a new beginning and I wasn't trapped anymore. Yeah, I just felt like my shackles have been mother effing released. But there was just one shackle that was holding me back, and that was me facing my mother and telling her how I've been feeling these past 19 mother effing years. And when because I didn't talk to her for like a good 4 days, and I was like, wait, she ain't call, she ain't text, does she even care? So that, like, because, excuse me, like, if I had a daughter and I leave in the morning, her stuff is there, and then I come back in the nighttime and her stuff is not there, where are you? Hello? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I was guessing, I'm like, oh, I guess she wanted me out, whatever. So I was trying to give myself an excuse to, like, not talk to her or whatever, because obviously, like, if you cared, you would call me, no? But I guess people have different ways of showing their love or whatever it is. But it came time that I couldn't avoid it anymore, and literally the whole, I think it was like 4 or 5 days that I didn't talk to her, and the 5th day that I went to go read the letter, I just had underlying anxiety for like the whole time, because I knew I had to do it, but it's the doing it part, you know what I mean? And it was whatever. I just feel like reading her the letter was pointless, because in one ear, out the next. No understanding, no, like, you can't see my viewpoint, whatever, but I don't want to get into that because that's just the whole thing. People don't consider it running away because, like, I'm 19, but, like, I was living there. Like, I had no plans of moving out. Like, I had no plans of moving out, especially that quick, and, like, I just mother effing left. I just mother effing ran, and I mother effing came here. It was the best decision I could have ever made, literally, because I don't know if I said this in the beginning of the video, but I feel like better. Like, I just feel so much better and happier, even though I still have a lot of childhood trauma that I don't know if I'm done healing. I'm not done healing. I know I have more childhood trauma that I need to, like, get over and stuff, and, like, I guess adolescent trauma too, and, like, all this mental health stuff. Like, it's a whole thing, but I'm doing much better now than I ever was. Like, I've grown so much, learned so much, been healing or whatever, and this was the best mother effing decision I could have ever made, and taking what I took that day was the best decision I could have ever made, because if I didn't take what I took, I'd still be living in that toxic, poisonous environment. I would not be thriving. I wouldn't have started my Electra's tarot card business, because tarot cards in a Christian household? You must be crazy. And that was just the whole thing. But yeah, that's basically it. How I ran away, why I ran away, whatever it is. I disappeared off social media because, like, oh my gosh, the giveaway was supposed to happen so long ago, like 4 months ago. And then life just got crazy. But I'm back and I'm here to stay. I have time, I don't have distractions, I got my equipment, you see the mic? You see the mic? Yes. And now I'm with a very supporting and loving family and stuff. Well, not with the family, but, like, it's just very different. Like, when you come from a place where people are just putting you down, talking down on you, telling you that you can't achieve your goals, whatever it is, telling you that everything you're doing is wrong and like just always bashing you and making you feel bad in every way, shape, or form. And then you come to a place where everyone's trying to uplift you and motivate you and tell you can do it and like keep pushing you to do stuff. It really makes a difference. It makes a huge difference, and I'm really, really, really grateful that I'm here now because I have everything that I need, and that's basically it. Yep, so that's basically the story about how and why I ran away. And yeah, I like the new setup. I think it's cute or whatever. I like this place much. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make a manifestation success story because this place, I cannot even describe it to you. Like, this is when I was living in the toxic household, I was manifesting my new home, and literally everything that I wrote is like here, like literally here. Like, it's just so crazy. But that's gonna be for a different video. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and subscribe. I don't know what else I was gonna say. And if you're interested in tarot card psychic readings, have any questions you need answered, I do tarot cards. I'm also a little psychic here and there, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you can book a reading or whatever, inquiries, whatever, at electrastarot888@gmail.com. Everything's gonna be in the description box down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye!